And this, of course, is the Deuce a Game podcast. We have to, of course, start a gaming podcast with what we've been playing. Ben, I want to start with you because you finished a certain game, correct?
I did, yeah. Shortly after our last podcast, where I kvetched a little bit about the final hours of Elden Ring, I finished up Elden Ring and then um, backed up my save to the cloud and deleted the game off of my console.
It is
I had
done.
a really great time with the game. 95 hours it took me. Um, it really was starting to wear on me at the end, though. I will reiterate that. It it definitely, I think, outstayed its welcome, in my opinion, just because there was a pretty drastic difficulty spike at the end. So I felt like I was hitting my head against the wall to a much greater degree than I was at the beginning of the game.
What
Um,
level were you when you finished?
Ooh, I was pretty high level. I think I was close to level 150, if not,
Oh,
yeah, if not there.
it's like more than double my level right now.
Yeah, every
I'm a
level
small
was costing
fraction
me.
compared to you. Oh my
Right.
god.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
every level was costing me something like 150,000 runes at that point.
Jesus.
So yeah, I was up there, and I needed it too for some of those late game bosses. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Kind of took a week off of gaming after that. Watched some TV, and um, the Duke of anime will appreciate this, but I got pretty into Berserk, which is a nutty anime.
Fitting.
But I'm yeah, exactly. Right after Elden Ring, I
Yeah.
jumped into the dark fantasy anime. Um, yeah, enjoying that as well.
Insane.
Excellent.
Insane that
Yeah.
you finished it and it took you 95 hours. Jesus. Definitely sounds like it's overstaying its welcome because even me, I'm playing it a lot more casually now where I'm starting to get I was telling you guys through our messages earlier that I'm starting with Elden Ring to get open world what's the word?
Fatigue.
Uh
Nauseous.
sorry?
Open world nausea.
Yeah.
Nausea.
Basically, yeah. Like I need a little bit break of a break because
Yeah.
between that, Horizon, even though these games are amazing and really really fun, like having these 100-hour experiences and you just doing the same things over and over, it eventually does wear on me. And I thought I was closer to ending Elden Ring, but sounds like I'm not even halfway there, so don't know how I feel about that. Definitely fun though.
And I can second that because I started Elden Ring this week. And like I told you, I remember I think I said maybe 3 podcasts ago, this is going to be a summer game for me. But I looked at my PlayStation account and I had money. Like I looked in the PlayStation wall and I was like, oh, I have $180 in here. I need to use it. I'm gonna buy this game anyways. I might
How do
as
you
well just
just
buy
have
it now.
$180 in your PlayStation account? What are
Apparently
you
I got
doing?
apparently I got a refund I wasn't aware of.
Oh,
And it
okay.
was just sitting
A
in the
That's
refund
account.
a refund or three.
right.
Yeah, I never looked in my wallet because I guess it always defaults to my card. So I never even looked at my wallet. And I looked on the wall, I was like, oh. It's like when you find like $20 in your pocket before
Mm,
you put them in the wash.
only 180, totally normal.
Yeah. But you can only use it on video
Right.
games. So I'm
Which
like,
is
all
not
right,
a bad thing.
not a bad thing. So I was like, I'm gonna buy this game anyways. At most, I'm probably gonna save myself $20 if I wait. So you know what? Let me just buy it now. And when I played through the first level, I remember I played through the first level on Cole's, like we're share playing it or
Mhm.
whatever that's called. I remember I played through that and I was like, oh, this is just more Dark Souls. This is Dark Souls 4. And I put it down. I was like, I'm not gonna do this right now. I don't know. It hit different when I played it on my system with my created character. It just hit a lot different.
No lag, no you were able to play
No,
flawlessly.
no
Little
lag.
more flawless.
And for the first time in a Souls game, I played for 3 consecutive hours and did not die. Besides, like the first time with the first thing where
Mhm.
you have to die, and it's like the scripted death. After that, I'm just playing through, and I'm like, Oh, they did it. This is what I've always wanted from these games because I've never had a problem with like the combat of the Souls games. Always respect the combat. I love the character designs. Like everything about it, literally is just the structure of the game that I've had a problem with. I'm one of the proponents of. I wish there was it not an easy mode per se, but a way I can customize the difficulty. And this game actually lets you do that. Just it doesn't have a menu option to do that. And I love comparing this to a game like Horizon, for example, where Horizon, I can go in the menu options and tailor that game exactly how I want to play it, like perfection.
Hmm.
Elden Ring says if you want to play the game how you want to play it, you got to go through our world. And I fucking love that. Like it is incredible just finding like a done like losing to Margaret the first time. I got destroyed the first time. And I was like, I'm probably not gonna go to him for another 3 or 4 hours. Then I stumble upon a dungeon and I go through the dungeon and I find this summon that allows me to poison anybody. And I'm like, okay. I go to fight Margaret the second time and I destroy him because once I put the summon on, it just wiped him clear. And I'm
Wait,
like,
what's that summon? I don't think I have that.
it's
Is
like
it
a
King Jelly?
no,
I,
it's not that one. Not it's
okay,
not the one you
that's
get
what I
from
named
Rodrika.
mine.
It's you have to get it in a dungeon.
Okay, I need to go searching for that.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And I beat him this, I think it was either the second or third time. And I was like, if I didn't stumble into this summon, I probably would be hitting my head on this thing. So the game literally rewarded me for going off and doing my own thing. And that's something that the other Souls games, all of them, lack. The only one I can say even comes kind of close is Demon Souls, because Demon Souls is more level-ish based. So like if you're struggling with a level, you just go switch to another part of the world. That's the closest. And I'm like, this game really did like this is what I've always wanted a Souls game to be. So I'm like 10 hours in now, having a really good time, and it's really making a case for my game of the year. So I'm
Oof.
happy all the Dukes recommended it. I was doubtful at first,
Hmm.
but the 97 on Metacritic definitely feels justified at this moment. Now, maybe when I get to Ben's point
Hmm.
where he's
Right.
95, he's literally 95 hours in, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, we got to see if it can last the whole way through.
Yeah. And the one thing I will say before I let it go, this game is fucking beautiful. That I feel like that is kind of understated. Like I don't,
Remember how I said this game was ugly?
yeah, you
When I
did.
was first giving a review, I was like, "This does not look good." Maybe I was a little harsh on it because I came from Horizon Forbidden West on the PS5, which looks stunning. It doesn't look as bad as I initially thought because I haven't played that game to compare it to. On its own, it looks pretty good.
I
It's
won't
no
lie.
Horizon, but pretty
I
good.
won't lie to you. And look, Horizon is my game of the year right now. I love Horizon. I think this game looks better than Horizon in like specific areas. Like when I look in the distance, even though Horizon has a pretty good draw distance, the draw distance in this game looks like a painting. Like you just stare at any part of the world and I'm like, that looks like a painting.
Hmm.
And Horizon's kind of going for a more hyper realistic look. So it looks like a background wallpaper.
Mhm.
This looks like a piece of art in every like unless you're like in a dungeon or in like a cave. When you're just out in the open world, it's one of the best looking like art styles I've ever seen in a video game. So I just love this game so far. So
I can
I'll probably have more
definitely
thoughts in the future. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. For me, it's like it's so hard to compare them with Horizon because I feel like Horizon is so vivid in terms of, like, their color palette, and then Dark Souls or Elden Ring has a more, medieval kinda color palette, which is, like,
Mhm.
various grays, various, very dull colors, which works well with, like, the overall game's tone.
Yeah.
But I myself prefer Horizons, you know, 8 Super HDR, whatever you wanna call it.
Have you
Uh,
made it to Kaled yet? I've heard of.
yes, I have.
Yeah, I think there's something to say for the environmental diversity in in Elden Ring.
For
It's
sure.
yeah, it's pretty out there, but yeah, I largely agree. I mean, like I think Horizon Forbidden West, I haven't even played it, but it's clearly one of the best looking games that has ever been made. And Elden Ring is not. I mean, Elden Ring is a slightly better looking PlayStation 4 game when it's running on
Yeah.
Mhm.
PS5. Um, and From Software's games always add a little bit of rough around the edges kind of technical quality to them. Um, with the exception, I think, of Bloodborne, which is just the art style so sells that game that it doesn't matter what the technical state of it is. Um, Elden Ring is not quite the same. Elden Ring, because partially because of that environmental diversity, its peaks are very high and its valleys are much lower than a game like Bloodborne. It's
Mhm.
much less cohesive. Um, but yeah, I certainly can't say it's a bad looking game.
Yeah,
Wait,
that's why
did
I
I
say
hear
in
you?
key areas. Like, in key
Yes.
areas, I
Yeah.
think it looks incredible. Obviously, it doesn't feel like it ever runs at like 60. Like I feel like whenever I'm like slashing something, I feel like the frame rate just feels weird whenever you're doing anything dynamic. Like even when you're walking up a ladder, like the frame rate just feels like it's not like fully in sync, like compared to something like Horizon where everything is just super
Mhm.
smooth.
For sure.
Like
It's definitely gotten better though with the patches. On day one, it was even more rough. Now it's to the point where like, okay, it's part of Dark Souls. Like I kind of know, you have to press the button a little bit earlier, and you just get used to it the more you play it. And I feel like it lends itself to the gameplay of Elden Ring, uh, best basically. But I didn't want to gloss over what Ben said. Ben, why haven't you played Horizon? Like, what are you doing with your life? You were lost in Elden Ring, I'm guessing. Is that
there's
your
the
Yeah,
excuse?
there's the real question. Alfredo was asking the
yeah.
real questions now.
No, that's pretty much it. Is that I when it came down to it, I chose Elden Ring and the Witch Queen to play.
Fair, fair, fair.
So Horizon just got the
Short
Shaft.
end of the stick
drew the
again.
short straw. I will get to Horizon, though I don't feel a burning desire to play it as of right now. I did finish Cyberpunk a couple weeks ago with my wife. We played through the main campaign together, but
Nice.
um, I missed a large portion of the side quests in the game because we were kind of going straight through the main narrative. So I'm going
There's
through
only
the
one in the game truly that to me like excels itself. Like everything else is kind of just fodder. There is one specific one I think everybody should play that like kind of like touches on religion that I thought was interesting. So if you ever find a chance to like maybe get to that one, that is the most fleshed out side quest in the whole game. The other ones are just disappointing to say the least. They're definitely not Witcher 3 level.
Hmm. Dang, I completely forgot about Cyberpunk. I need to put it on the backlog.
You never played it at all, right?
No, I was waiting for the upgrade, which is here now. But now I have all these open world games that I need to finish. I
right.
haven't even gotten
And
Final Fantasy Paradise, something about Paradise
Chaos.
Origin.
Final Fantasy Chaos. That's what we call
Yes,
it.
yeah. I haven't even gotten that, which I really, really want. That's got
Me
to be my
too.
next game.
Alfredo, we have to like tell me when you want to buy that. Like
Yeah,
I
we'll
feel like
play at the
that
same
game
time
deserves its flowers because
for sure.
I've heard the combat's really good. So
From the demos, combat is great. I'm just excited to get my hands on it. The story I heard is trash, but that's okay.